Is it not a war crime to kill innocent people trying to flee a war zone? Here we have 70 people killed after the Israeli government uh, bombs a convoy of evacuees.
For another hour, I'm Katie Tur. NBC News can now report 3 convoys of what appear to be evacuees were just hit by Israeli strikes in Gaza. That's according to the Palestinian Health Ministry and also some of our own interviews. 70 people are dead. Only an hour. IDF said an extensive attack against military targets within Gaza was underway. This morning, Israel dropped thousands of leaflets in the north of the Strip warning civilians to go south. Quote, Gaza City has turned into a battlefield. Leave your homes immediately, read those flyers.
Yeah, they want you to leave your homes and do a convoy just so that they can bomb the convoy and kill a large group of people at once.
The IDF told Gaza City residents they would refrain from touching an evacuation route until 8 p.m. That was just about 2 hours ago. Quote, no one knows where we're going, one Gaza resident told NBC News, but we're ready to run. Joining us now from Tyre, Lebanon, is NBC News chief foreign correspondent Matt Bradley. So, Matt, thank you for being with us. I know we're going to start at the north end of this, but tell me what's been happening there today, because everyone is still very concerned about the opening of a second front.
Yeah, this is a big issue. And of course, when it comes to the opening of a second front, that would be with Hezbollah, which is the dominant military force here in southern Lebanon. You know, Hezbollah is, like Hamas, backed by Iran. And so far, they haven't weighed in fully into the conflict. But they did say in a statement today that they were fully prepared to do so. They rejected the urging of Western governments to stay out of the conflict. And we got some other ominous signals. You know, yesterday we heard that the foreign minister of Iran, again, the main benefactor of both Hamas and Hezbollah, financially, politically, and in terms of training. He was actually in Beirut, and he gave a press conference last night and today at the Iranian embassy. And he didn't really answer the question of whether Hezbollah was going to be entering into the fight. I spoke with a Hezbollah member of parliament today here in southern Lebanon. I asked him about President Biden's speech and about President Biden parking naval assets right off the coast right here. And I got to tell you, Katie, the lights are going off. This is Lebanon. This is the situation. And this is kind of part of it. And we're seeing flares going up right here off to my right shoulder here. This is a dicey situation, and the reason why so many Lebanese people don't want to go into this war is because of the situation like this. We're under constant blackouts. There's been a 4-year-long economic crisis that have seen blackouts like this going on over and over again. The currency has tanked. The situation in Lebanon for the vast majority of people is desperate. Poverty is something at like 80%. And that's why even if Hezbollah does decide to go into war, there are a huge, huge number of Lebanese people who will be dragged kicking and screaming along with it. They feel they can't afford Hezbollah's war with Israel. They all remember 2006 when there was that war with Hezbollah and Israel where that devastated the southern part of the country. It killed around 1,500 Lebanese. The vast majority of them were civilians. Hundreds of Israeli soldiers were killed in that war.
It seems like the Israeli government loves killing innocent people, no matter who they are.
No one wants a repeat of that, even though there is a lot of sympathy and solidarity with the Palestinian people here. And we saw that today on this day of rage that saw protests throughout, you know, here in Lebanon, in Iraq, in Jordan, where we saw an enormous protest, in Amman, in Yemen. This was a collective coming together of the Arab world in solidarity with the Palestinians, just as the Israelis marshaled their forces to move into the Gaza Strip. So when it comes to war, yes, there is an appetite for it in the Arab world, but I can speak for here in Lebanon, it is a reluctant appetite. It is one where people really feel as though they don't want to have to carry the burden of the entire region once again fighting against Israel. Katie?